Welcome everybody to another episode of Marriage
It's for
is
grown folks.
I'm John,
I'm Brittany.
and we are just here to share our insight,
Yes.
our mistakes,
Yes.
what we've learned from.
Yes.
We've been married now
18 years. I know we don't look like it, but I promise you, 18 years,
18
baby.
years.
We're going to have to post the original picture. Folks going to be like, dang, that's what y'all got married in?
Don't
Yeah.
let me forget. We got to post that. If we had $1 every time someone said you guys look like siblings,
We would be billionaires.
we would end all. Yeah.
We would be billionaires.
So, buckle up. If this is your first time watching, you gotta hear a whole episode. For those of you who are returned guests,
Welcome back.
and for those of you who are members,
Hey, family.
welcome again. Share, comment. We
Like and subscribe.
we appreciate all of your.
I'm breaking his
interaction
train of
with
thought,
us.
y'all.
So thank you. Shout out to our videographer, editor, chief editor.
Marcus is in the building, y'all.
Marcus is in the building on the ones and twos.
And my birthday was Sunday. Not too much, not too much, not too much, not too much. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So she had an amazing birthday.
I did. I
timeless
had a
had.
really good birthday.
It is my duty to please that booty. And
I had a
gift you
very
massages and all that.
special weekend outside of him.
Oh yes.
Pleasing that booty.
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
God.
I charge. I have to keep.
Oh my goodness.
So, the last episode we talked about navigating storms,
Absolutely.
managing grief.
Yes. Ooh. Okay.
You can edit it. Just thinking like Amish curl.
He ain't got to edit it, y'all. He be trying to look out for me, make sure my curls is where they need to be, but you know.
And do. So, last episode was very dope. I fed a little tears.
Yes.
I had to fight at the woo. So give them an update on what we talked about in the last episode because tonight is part 2 of what we didn't finish.
We were basically kind of talking about how it can impact the relationship and how it's important to know when you are going through a storm that maybe kind of feels like it's pointed at you. The people that are in relationship with you, they still feel like the residual, or what do they call it? Like shock waves.
Yeah.
Like how an earthquake has shock waves and you can feel it go out even though you're not in that exact spot as the person that's going through it. You still feel that residual. So
we talked about that, and it was centered around the recent passing of
my
your grandmother,
Yeah.
and you being one of her primary caregivers, and you and I having the privilege and the honor to be there in the hospice
Absolutely.
room with her during her last moments. Now I gotta say something about that, and we're gonna move.
Oh Lord.
It's not bad. I guess I shouldn't brace you. That just did something to me as it relates to the reevaluating
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah, that was your first time, wasn't it?
Second, third,
Oh,
third.
Who
But I
else?
think it was my grandfather,
you saw him take his last breath?
mhm,
Okay.
and it was someone else,
Okay.
end of life. I want to say grandma, your grandma.
Were you in there? Okay.
Yeah, so 2 of your relatives,
Yeah.
one of my relatives. This time,
I feel like it's something that's like soul shaking when you see someone take their last breath of life because it reminds you of how precious life is and how you shouldn't waste time. And I have had the privilege of seeing several family members take their last breath. And although it is very sad, there's also something that's like, I need to do all that I can to be all that I can be because y'all paved the way for me to do those things.
yeah, and it had me thinking about what is important
Absolutely.
and what's not important. And I can't remember if
Yeah.
we spoke on this the last episode, but it bears repeating again.
Okay, well, come on.
That when you are getting ready to transition
Mm-hmm.
out of this life into the next,
Yeah.
where you lived, what you bought, what you didn't purchase, like a lot of stuff that we place emphasis on and that we,
Right.
where we work,
Yeah.
none of that matters. And it's just whoever's in the room, the creator
Right.
and you,
Yeah.
and love becomes
Yeah.
like the main thing. So
Absolutely.
I left that situation, that hospice room, really grateful for life, and I'm still reprioritizing what is important, what I want to spend my time on,
Yeah.
and most importantly, living my life to the fullest
Right.
without regrets.
Absolutely.
So I told a
Absolutely.
friend of mine, I said, I haven't, y'all don't know, a distant friend, he ain't a close friend, but I said, I got to be me. I don't want to wear hats no more.
Right.
A husband hat, a dad. I'm me.
Yeah.
And everything, my skill set and all that is under one hat. I don't want to wear multiple hats no more.
Yeah.
I'm me in every room. So I was grateful for that. So we talked about navigating through storms.
Yeah.
Her transition was a major storm for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we started talking about how you navigating through grief and experiencing that and all that surrounded her transition,
Yeah.
how that affected you
Yeah.
and how that affected us.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say that we're one. I don't know if you get married, they say that the two become one.
That is
Something
true.
like that.
That is
so let's
You definitely walk with me through storms very well.
man.
Yeah.
And he walks with me. So let's give us a definition of grief. This was one of the best ones that I found that really kind of described it, that I think that we can understand. It says that grief is the natural emotional response to loss, which can be the death of a loved one or another significant life change, like a job loss, the end of a relationship, a serious illness. It's a complex process with no set timeline,
Come on and say that.
involving a wide range of feelings such as deep sadness, anger, guilt, confusion, and numbness.
And I would like to also add this. There are 5 stages to grief, and they don't happen in a particular order. They show up differently for every person. So if you are experiencing grief, be patient with yourself. If you're around someone who's going through grief, show compassion and empathy because they need it.
I love it. I want to make sure. I thought there was more than that.
Baby, I know what I'm
Don't
talking
you
about.
do me that? what's
See, he be prepared. I just speak from my spirit, y'all, but I be knowing what I'm talking about.
So I want to bring out this point tonight when we talk about grief and stress in the relationship and navigating storms. There's something that we said last episode that I think it needs to be said in every episode around this as it relates to couples, is that we talked about investing in your relationship when
Make
there is
deposits
not
before the storm.
when there is not a storm,
Absolutely.
so that when it arises, what?
So withdrawals can be made.
Boom. Without it killing the relationship.
Absolutely.
If you ever put your ATM card in the machine,
It's like having a savings account. I'm going to just stack up some coins so that I can withdraw in this hard season.
okay.
He's like, are you
I'm
going to
gonna
finish
give
every
you.
thought
We're gonna
tonight?
give you 7. I want you to. You can speak on this. You chatted at night. I'm gonna give y'all 7 points, and I'm gonna let you speak on all 7.
Ooh! Okay, I'm ready, y'all.
Number
Let me see.
1. So we've established a working definition or a description
Yeah.
of grief.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It's good to know that it's important to know grief will just pop up. It's not asking for permission. It's not signing a waiver. It will show up and it will stay as long as it decides, or you deal with it and accept it and get to the stage of acceptance and grief.
Yeah.
So it's really like having to find a way to accept a new normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a piece of furniture has been in your house,
Yeah.
and then you remove that furniture or that person in your life. I miss them. I'm used to, there have been people that have passed that we've picked up the phone to call them out of habit.
Absolutely.
And then had to realize
Yeah.
anybody on the other end of that phone.
Yeah.
So there is a
That's
place in grief.
crazy, but
What?
that is so true.
Yeah,
I still have my mother's cell phone number memorized.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've tried to call it
And forgot
out
or
of
just-
habit and was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it's been like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
let's give you. I found these. There were so many of them, but these 7 really stuck out. We're going to talk about some of my dealings
Yeah.
with grief
Yeah.
in this stage. So this is probably, we're really
We only
referring
kind of
to.
touched on half of what we've been through the past month we've been out. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be good to cover your half
Okay, number
too.
one, the brain literally changes during grief. The brain literally changes during grief. Functional MRI studies show that the same brain areas that process physical pain light up during emotional grief.
Yeah. Okay, so if you've ever experienced grief, have you ever heard someone say, "Oh my God, it hurts so bad, like make the pain go away," but they're talking about grief because it's an emotional pain, and it's like you can't say, "Oh, I stubbed my toe, let me put ice on it." Like there's no external thing that will make that feel better in real time. It's literally like a loss. So you have to allow yourself to feel it,
I
which
like
that's
that.
the part that's sad.
Number two, sleep is one of the strongest predictors of how long grief will last. People who cannot sleep well stay in active grief longer than those who get adequate rest.
I totally agree.
Were
When
you
my
sleeping?
grandmother passed, remember I kept telling you I can't sleep at night.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was tossing and turning, waking up every couple of hours. I
yeah.
would look over at him. He was sound asleep, and I was like, I'm not going to wake him up. I'm not going to wake him up. But I really feel like that loss of sleep has a lot to do with you, like, trying to process through the reality of what is now. And when you lose a person, because there's other things that you can lose, but when you lose a person specifically, your brain begins to go over like every memory that you have with that person. And normally they're the good memories that you know that you're going to miss, not necessarily like the bad things. So you're flooded with all of these emotions and all of the feelings that you felt when you had those moments in time with that person.
That's real.
Hmm.
Number three,
Number
grief
three.
often triggers anxiety and fear more than sadness. I want to say can
Yeah.
more than sadness because I think people process it differently. Did you feel any level of anger at any point of your grandmother's transition? Whatever.
Anxiety and fear or anger?
Anger.
Um, the anger I felt had to do with external factors, not necessarily
Her
with
passing.
her. Yeah. She was 84, so I know she had an amazing life.
What about anxiety?
I think for me as a nurse, I'm always like, are you comfortable? Like I just want you to be comfortable. I don't want you to be in any pain. Like
Yeah.
I want this transition to be smooth
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Number four, social support is the most consistent protective factor.
Mhm.
People who have at least one or two emotionally
Mhm.
safe connections rebound faster from grief than those without.
I totally agree.
We got a part there.
You are one of those people, and then my best friend is the other person. And just having like somebody that you can talk to when it's hard is really important because then you're not internalizing all of that and it's not compiling and becoming like lava inside of a volcano ready to erupt. So you're able to like talk through each moment as it's happening versus everything compiling on top of each other. And then when that person passes, you're like ready to, explode. So having those safe places, having those people that know you that can check in even if you get quiet, because I'm one of those people like I will talk a lot, but when I'm dealing with grief, I normally get very quiet and very still because I just don't want to respond inappropriately towards others because of what I'm feeling internally. But because I do have those safe people in my life, they'll be like, "How you feeling? Let me check in. Where you at?" So that's what's really important. And I think that that's something that we kind of ignore when we're talking about marriage or, relationships, because you being mature enough in our relationship, even though I'm not saying anything, something is going on under the surface. So he made it routine to be like, "How you feel today? I know this, and this is happening. What you think? Where you at? You good? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there any way I can show up for you? Same thing with my best friend. Hey, just checking in. I mean, I don't want to be bugging you too much, but I want you to know I'm here. If you need anything, call. How you feeling? Let me check in. What's going on? Anything new that you just want to talk about? So just knowing that you're not in it alone is super important, because I feel like grief has a tendency to make you feel isolated. Even though you're not alone, you have this feeling of being alone because you're having to process it internally. You know what I mean? It's not something that you can like force to be outside. You have all of these feelings and emotions about the memories that you have with this individual, and they're all occurring at the same time on the inside.
Now, when you speak on talking to your partner,
Yeah.
I think that it's fair or realistic or responsible to also add your partner may not be that individual that is emotionally safe
Oop.
to speak with. So we just want to add, some different wisdom nuggets and some different points so that
Right.
everyone who's watching this can gain something from it. Sometimes
Yeah.
it is a friend, and I think that we've moved through this the place in the relationship where we felt like the person that I'm with should be the most
the all
safest,
in all.
yeah, the
Yeah.
all in all. And this is a journey. I want to tell the couples this. I know you know, but that this is a journey. And
Absolutely.
the person that you're with right now may not have the capacity for whatever reason.
That's good.
But as long as that individual is safe, I think that we've got to make sure that we're not building a box around, well, why can't it be? Or if I'm that for my partner, how come my partner can't reciprocate that?
Right.
So we've dealt with episodes that speak to that, but I just wanted to add that in there. There's another point that you spoke on that I think should be aired out.
Okay.
Is that when there's a storm going on in an individual's life or in the relationship, communicating
Yeah.
is key.
Absolutely.
And also, if it's not communicating verbally, finding somewhere that you two have common ground.
Right.
So I have a friend of mine who says that their relationship right now is terrible, but the sex is good. He said, "Is that normal? Like in the first 5 years, like, is that all? Are we tripping? Are we the Addams family? Like, are we crazy? Is this dysfunctional?"
They are not the Addams family.
I'm telling. So
Sometimes that can kind of hold you. It can be glue in a season. Now, it can't be glue forever. Let me make that statement.
yes.
But in some rough seasons, it can be glue.
And even if why I'm bringing that up is because even though there have been times in our relationship and different couples that we know and people that we don't know
Right.
that we just can't verbally talk well, but there's something else that we can do that can communicate that we may not be able to communicate with words.
So, medically, if you are compatible with your mate, your brain is automatically releasing dopamine, which is like the feel good hormones.
Right.
So, for some people, if you guys are struggling to communicate, it may be better for you guys to take a moment to connect. Try to be PG-13 tonight. To connect and then have a conversation after when you have those feel good hormones moving. Because then nobody's defensive. Everybody's kind of relaxed and just like, oh, okay, let's talk.
Keep talking.
Absolutely.
You might need a break.
Absolutely.
You might need to hit the pause button, the snooze button.
Absolutely.
But the moment that communication ceases
Whew.
is the moment that the relationship
Starts
begins
to die.
to die, to
Yeah.
deteriorate,
Yes.
to rot.
Yes.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
There have been subject matters that we have just thrown away. Like, you not seeing my side, I'm
Right.
not seeing your side. But some kind of way we continued to talk on these subjects.
Right.
There was one particular subject that just one day we were talking about it, tired, not really feeling like we were going to
Get anywhere with
get
it.
to a result. And
Like, oh, we're here again.
listen, and the light bulb came on.
For both of us.
She saw it from my perspective. I saw it from her perspective. And it was
Yeah.
like, damn, I feel you. I see you.
Yeah.
So then we began to empathize. Remember that conversation?
Right.
We began to empathize with one
Yes.
another. Like, man, I know it was that hard for you.
Yes.
I didn't know it was that difficult for you. So keep talking. Even when you are grieving, You must fight. Now, watch this. Why did we give me one reason? There's no right or wrong answer.
Oh.
Why did we get married?
I got
There
married
you go.
to John Riles because the Lord told me he was my husband. And I think, ooh. All right, I'm going to keep it PG.
You see,
Because the Lord told me to marry him. But I love you. I think you're a beautiful man. So,
let me ask you like
know,
this: what's the mission?
What's the mission?
When we got in your
To
mind,
do
there's
life and purpose together.
All right. Now, the reason why I asked that question,
Yeah.
because there are some couples, and you have to work through this. If you're newlywed,
That's true.
even if you've been in the game double digits, you might have to. But there are some people that really believe that I marry this individual to just be happy, whatever that is. And like,
Happiness is temporal.
Boy, you
It's
better
not
stop.
permanent. Joy, on the other hand. Ooh.
we got a takeover tonight. So
I'm just trying to tell people so they can, understand.
I lost my you let it through. So anyway, you got to keep talking. I think that communication has saved us
Absolutely.
when we did not know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
have you ever been in a time in our relationship where you didn't know what you were feeling, but you articulated, I'm in a space, I don't know what the answer is, I don't know what the solution is, but I'm feeling some type of way.
Absolutely.
Now, why that's so dope,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell us why you think that is imperative. That even if an individual doesn't know what the solution is to what
Right.
they're feeling, to be able to describe it.
Yeah.
Why is that imperative?
Well, because first of all, it's a level of vulnerability. And it's letting your partner know where you are and that you're not trying to say that you got the answer, but hey, this is where I'm at right now. And I just want you to know where I'm at because I don't want to respond a certain way. And you take it personally when I'm really just trying to work through what's going on the inside of me. And I haven't really found the verbiage. I haven't been able to digest it fully yet to know what is causing this or what the source is of this. However, because I am feeling this way, I want you to know. Or we've had conversations where I'll say, A, B, and C happened, and it made me feel X, Y, and Z. But I don't think that it's your fault. I think that it's unresolved triggers on the inside of me, like from my adulthood prior to you or from my childhood or from my teenage years. But I want you to know, so if you see my face changing, if you hear my intonations changing, you're not taking it personal, but you know what you're hitting on the inside of me.
I think that knowing, even if you don't have the answer to what's going on with you,
Yeah.
the fact, like if you're showing the signs of depression,
Right.
or if you are stressed,
Yeah.
being able to identify, I'm bugging right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That can save what you said. It can save unnecessary injury
Yeah.
in that relationship. There was a point that I saw, but I missed it, and it was talking about the ability to at least talk through your grief
Yeah.
or your stress in bits. That if you're not even able to lay it all out for that one or two safe individuals, being able to at least speak on it and talk it through
It matters.
helps relieve that stress. So
Absolutely.
there was, I'll tell y'all later. So let me tell y'all real quick. So while you were dealing with that, your grandmother passed maybe like 2 weeks later.
1 week.
1 week, I go to
The next Wednesday.
an outpatient procedure with my mother to get a stent put in, and they ended up keeping her to do emergency open heart surgery. She
Yep.
needed a triple bypass surgery.
Yep.
So long story short, she had to make the decision of whether or not she was going to have that surgery or not. If she
Yeah.
did not have the surgery, death was imminent.
Yeah.
And so we are with her in the hospital, me, my wife, my sister, and family members. And just helping her talk through the reality of if she decided not to,
What
or
life
if
looks
she
like.
decided to.
Yeah.
And that was hard as hell to even imagine, or to hear her say, I don't know if I want to go through this surgery. Knowing what that meant, her knowing what that meant, and
Yeah.
then me as her son, her daughter as her daughter, and then her loved ones processing that. That was heavy. That was that
Yeah.
time I was falling asleep, and I was like, man, your boy was.
He'll get home at night and be like, hey,
The
babe,
sperm
you want to
cells, but
watch?
this is sperm cells. The sperm cells was.
Oh, my God.
The count was the count was down, bro.
Y'all,
I
his
was
sperm
down.
count wasn't down, but he was under a lot of stress.
There
So
was
he
no
was
release.
tired.
They was all being saved up for a time such as this. So one of the things that helped me move through that is having your support. You were one of the one or the two. I had probably more than two. Safe, emotionally intelligent, emotionally aware people. So I'm leaning on your back. You're leaning on my back.
Right.
And there were days that we were just taking turns.
Yeah.
Being the one whose shoulder
Listen,
was cried on.
Forrest and Bubba, we just going to put our backs up against each other. So we ain't got to
So-
put our heads in the rain.
Let me make sure I said all of my points before we go to these last ones. So what we did, one of the things that, and we've been through grief seasons. There's been a lot of death around us
Unfortunately.
in our 18 years. A long time. Wow.
Yeah.
But we failed, or I'm going to say not failed. There are a lot of situations that we could have handled better in relating to grief. So this one was like, okay, we know what we did wrong.
In the previous
with the
seasons.
fifth-
All
with
right.
the fifth passing.
Not
Let's
that
not-
many.
Let's not do that
Right.
this time.
Right.
One of the things that we committed to, we were riding in the car and it was rough. Like stress was high and
Yeah.
emotions were high.
We were struggling when we lost our child. For
I'm
sure.
talking about recently though.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
trying to figure out, how we're going to navigate this. Who's going to take off, and dinner and childcare and
Whew.
the cleanliness of that life.
All the planning that goes into being a caregiver, man. Hats off to all the caregivers in the world.
One thing we said in that conversation was, we don't know when this is going to be over. What this is going to look like after this storm passes.
That's right.
But we are going to keep
That's right.
talking this shit through.
We are. We're going to stick it out. We got each other.
Now I'm saying it by faith. I was saying it by faith
We both were saying it about
because I didn't really feel like doing a whole bunch of talking. I really just felt like not coming home and just running away
Oh, yes.
on a tank of gas.
Yeah.
But we made it through the thick of it
Yeah.
because we decided, no matter what you feel, no matter
Yeah.
what I feel, we're going to keep talking.
And I think it was double triggering for us because my mother has already passed. She passed in my early to mid 20s.
Yeah.
So hearing his mom just speak her truth was like, woo. I mean, when I say it took me back, I was messed up and I was like, okay, he needs support. He was support for me. Okay, Brittany, it's your turn to show up. You got this, girl. But yeah.
And to that point, we made a point on the last episode where we were talking about an individual not really wanting to be in the relationship and taking advantage of a storm, of a grief
Right.
storm
Yeah.
to make your exodus. And that being, that being sour, that being
Right.
not square business.
Right.
So listen, every couple, every individual who desires to be partnered romantically, you must commit to continuing to talk.
The vows say for better or for worse, through sickness and through health. I think sometimes we say those vows and we so high on the excitement of marrying that person that we're not thinking about what that truly means. But there are seasons that are good and there are seasons that are bad.
And you can talk with your mouth.
Listen.
You can talk with your actions.
Yeah.
Even if that other individual cannot hear you verbally,
Yeah.
there are other things that you can do to communicate
That's right.
to that individual. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm available. I'm sick of you got one more time. verbal communication is not the only form of communication.
Absolutely.
So this individual who was I was talking to about their relationship, I was telling them like, if you guys have a strong sexual bond, work with it. Work with it through the storm. Swing from the chandeliers through the rain and the storm.
Through the fire.
There you go.
Right. That's exactly what came to mind, Marcus. Through the fire. Because listen.
Okay, I think we stopped at number 4. Number 5, we have 7 of these. I think these are good. Avoiding emotions in grief can actually extend it. Suppression raises cortisol, which helps keep the body in a mode of survival.
Okay. Let me talk about fight or flight real quick, and then I'm going to speak to this statement, okay? Fight or flight is not supposed to occur inside of our bodies for an extended amount of time. It will shorten your life, and it can make you die early. Number 1. It is literally built in to help you in an emergency to be able to escape it successfully, not to live in that permanently. So, in regards to what you said, people who feel like they need to just bottle up these emotions, it's like taking a bottle of Coke or Pepsi or Sprite, whatever soda you prefer, and shaking that bottle and shaking that bottle and shaking that bottle and shaking that bottle, and thinking that when you open that cap, you're going to just be able to pour you a glass and it's not going to explode everywhere. It's about to explode because all of that pressure was not meant to be underneath that cap for that long. It's the same thing with grief. Like, grief needs an outlet. And to ignore grief, honestly, in my personal belief, I feel like ignoring grief can sometimes like expedite your exodus. That's probably the best way I know how to put it. You have to look at it. You have to deal with it. If not, it becomes like a cancer and it starts devouring other things in your life.
Yeah.
So I know for us specifically, like when we lost our daughter, that was something that was huge for us because that threw me for a whole loop. And I really discovered how strong John was in that season. And I was thankful for his strength because I had nothing. Like, my tank was in the negative. I didn't have anything to give. But he still showed up in such a way that it began to like refuel me. So I think that if I would have tried to internalize all of that, I would have imploded.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But he just took all of my outbursts with so much grace and understanding because y'all, like, my brakes was slipping for sure because I just hadn't thought about that type of loss, honestly, you know.
And I think
So-
that when an individual is going through that, experiencing a traumatic experience,
Exactly.
and they're married or they're in a relationship, you will, and I'm just gonna step out on a limb and say this.
Come on.
You will come to a point in your relationship where you will reevaluate it. Did I make the right decision?
Absolutely.
Do I want to be here? Does this other
Absolutely.
individual want to be here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And is the juice
Worth the squeeze.
squeeze? Am I better alone?
Yeah.
Can I do this without you? Are you pulling me down? Like, these are conversations and stages in the relationship that every couple will have.
Yeah.
Am I wasting my time?
Yeah.
Can the clock be rewind?
Grief has a way of pushing truth to the surface.
Yes, it does.
I think that's probably the best way to put
And
it.
you need community.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in whether or not you have a therapist over if you have a covering.
Well, listen, that part. A licensed therapist.
Like credential holding. I was having a conversation with an influential pastor in our city, and I was telling him my story of the last year. And he pauses the conversation and he asked me, he said, "Do you have a therapy? Are you in therapy? Do you have a therapist?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Are they licensed?"
Absolutely.
And I was proud to say, "Yes, sir."
credential
credential
holding,
holding.
master having
But-
therapist is where
But
we
I
go.
knew what he was communicating.
Right.
Do you just have someone who just feels like they're called to pastor you to try to
Right.
walk you through all of these traumatic experiences?
Yes.
Or is the individual that is walking with you through
Mm-hmm.
this and uncovering and digging at all of this trauma, are they a professional?
Yeah.
Are
Have they
they a
been
prof-
trained to do what they are doing?
Now, so I really appreciate that because there
Mm-hmm.
are just some things that just the average Bible toter, they're not gonna know what to do with it.
That's right.
There's some things about this brain that are complex
Mm-hmm.
that just the average individual is not prepared or educated on how to do it or how to deal with it.
And a lot of people are afraid to be honest and vulnerable with clergy, whether you call them your
No, we're not
pastor
doing that tonight.
or your clergyman.
I know what you want.
I'm just saying, a lot of
that's a good
people are afraid to really just be authentic to
Okay.
get the help they need.
I agree. That is true. A neutral individual that you
Right.
don't, go to church with or work with,
Yeah.
that you can just I'll be telling
A
this
stranger.
woman, I'll be telling it to her straight. Now, let me say one more thing and then we're gonna go to this last point. Unless you have
Okay.
something that you want to
No.
add. I feel like, and I've been here. I know you've been here. I know there's a couple or an individual that's watching this that has been here before, where you are feeling the loss that there's a gap between that person that you're with.
Yeah.
When you're reassessing, and sometimes near death experience. This is why this conversation is so important. I'm
True.
glad you said what you said earlier. Near death experiences or death experiences, car accidents, a passing of a loved one,
Right.
the loss of your job, SNAP benefits being cut, what's happening economically.
Right.
There are so many things that can trigger this where an individual really starts questioning, am I getting love? Am I getting adequate love
Right.
from this person that I'm with? There's
Yeah.
been times that you've been, I'm going to say, incapacitated.
Okay.
And there have been times that I was out of order. You know that out of order sign on the
Yes.
bathroom stall? Like,
Yes.
I ain't got it today.
Yeah.
And I don't know when I'm going to have it. Watch this. I want to hear what you think about this. I was at a nursing home doing a Bible study, assisted living facility, and we were talking about the prodigal son and how the father in this hypothetical parable, this parable represents God, that the father represents God and that the son represents
Us.
us. I get to the part of the story where I said that the father, although the son disrespected him, although the son asked for his inheritance, was out there with the
Right.
pigs and did all of the things
Yeah.
that community knew. Oh, he's done. It's
Yeah.
like getting online and telling the world your parents are not feeding you on your social media. But the scripture says that the father saw him afar off. And I was talking about when you love somebody, love just hopes.
Yeah.
Love, even though that individual may have hurt you,
Yeah.
love will keep looking and hoping.
Yeah.
So I bring this point up, and this 78-year-old lady, I want you to speak on this. The 78-year-old lady says, that's my situation. I said, what, mother? She said, my son, 3 years ago, I was living with him and his family. He puts me out of his home, tells me that I'm in the way, and drops me off at this assisted living facility. She said, I've been here 3 years. He's not called me once. He's not wrote once. And he's not came to visit me once. My other children do, and this son's children come and visit me, but this son has never came to, and she has tears in her eyes, and she's crying, and I'm crying. She said, but I still love my boy.
Woo.
I still love him.
The
and
strength
I
and
would
power of
do
love.
What you? She said, and I would do anything just to see my boy, just to hug him, to tell him that I love him.
Yeah.
I said, ooh, you're not about to have me here weeping in this assisted.
You know what I think is so amazing about love? Like, love is trying to find a reason why. Like, instead of blaming her son, she's like, okay, well, maybe he hasn't come because it's too hard for him to see me like this. Or maybe he didn't come because, like, she's looking for a reason to validate his absence because she still loves her baby.
Now, my last point. we start talking it through after
Yeah.
the lesson was over.
Yeah.
And she comes to this conclusion
Woo!
on her own. And we're saying this
It messed me
on
up,
this
y'all.
episode of Navigating Storms regarding grief in your relationship.
Yeah.
She said, you know what? Because God is my provider,
Huh.
He has not let me go.
Jehovah Jireh. Go ahead.
He has not let me go without love.
Yes.
The love that I'm missing from Him,
Yeah.
His children pour it on me.
Yes.
My other children pour it on me. So she said, even though I'm missing it from my son, the old saint said God specializes.
Okay.
She said she stopped herself in the middle of her grief pity party, if you will,
And reminded herself
that my God shall supply
all of my needs. That's why his name is Jehovah
Ooh, I almost said something so inappropriate.
Jireh.
Like, so one of the things that my
That
brother and
blessed
I,
me though when you shared that with me the first time.
ooh, she had mother.
Because
had
I was
me
like,
in a
ooh.
full-
I said, let me not complain about my crazy family because the Lord has surrounded me with others who will still love me in spite of.
So I wanted to tell that to every couple, to every individual who's watching this, because there are some times where we feel like the person that we're with should be what we say our person.
Our all in all.
But we're telling you, after 18 years,
Yes.
the person that you said I do to may not be your person for a period of time. Now, what you do with that is what you do with that.
Right.
But if you're in community,
Right.
if you're talking, if you're in a relationship, you still have love.
And I think it's just unfair to put the burden of all of you on one other individual.
'Cause you a lot.
Exactly. Well, and not even that. Okay, so like I'm feeling all of these things and I don't necessarily want to spew all of that on my partner. Not saying that he can't handle it and he wouldn't take it, but I'm also aware of our relationship. So it's like, okay, well, I don't want to add anything more to his plate because he's trying to navigate a new space he's never been in before. You know, you were dealing with everything that was going on with your mom. So that's why I'm thankful that I have close friendships, because then I could call and be like, girl, this is where I'm at today. And I just need to get this off my chest. And I got that space and that time because of the relationship we have built. And it doesn't take away anything from me and you, but it just gives me other safe outlets where I'm not adding more stress to his plate and I'm still able to show up in a role of support for him and what's happening, but I'm also able to take care of me.
So those of you who deserted the world
Yeah.
and it's just you and your person, when that person pisses you off, you're going to be
Well-
in a world of trouble because there's nobody else in your world
Well, what he
but that
said.
person. And when you've built your life around one relationship, you know, you got a 7-gear car and you just built it on gear 1. Don't get in a race with nobody because you only got 1 gear. You have to diversify your relationships. Friends, ones we can depend on. You gotta
Friends.
have community. We're
Yes.
not built to be alone.
Yeah.
We're not built to live this life.
Tom Hanks even snapped on his soccer ball,
On Wilson.
volleyball Wilson,
Wilson, yes,
when he was
did.
on that island. Now, if they don't tell you, you ain't meant to be alone.
And I believe that one of the key reasons, I feel another baked potato. I feel like one of the reasons why Tom made it through that situation is because he had a friend, even though the friend was a volleyball.
Right. And you remember the time he got mad at the volleyball?
And
Tossed
he
him in
lost
the ocean.
Wilson.
And he went swimming as hard as he
Wilson.
could.
So even if that friend is imaginary,
Yes.
the human brain.
Our psyche needs community and friendship.
community.
Yeah.
So you get on my nerves sometime,
Listen.
and I get on yours sometime. But that's
This is
why
true.
I got the fellas.
Okay. And
That's
that's
why
why
I
I
got
got
the
my
fellas.
friends.
Sometimes you need friends that are, well,
And although he is my friend and my lover, he still is not my all in all. Like I still
God is-
give other parts of myself to other people.
So we gotta go. Let me give you this last point. That's good. Stress plus grief
Yes.
increases risk
Listen.
of immune
Woo!
system suppression. Let me
Let
read
me
that
tell
again.
on myself.
Let me read it one more time before
Okay.
if you tell it all.
I'm gonna tell it on myself,
Tell
y'all.
the truth, the whole truth,
Yeah, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Stress and grief increases. Stress and grief together. Now, if you're living your life and it was already stressful,
Right.
that's why people wear sunglasses to the funeral and get high before they call the family in.
Can we
And
do
have a
away
flask
with
on you.
sunglasses at funerals, y'all? You supposed to cry when you in grief. It's
Let
normal,
me read this
y'all.
part, then I'm gonna cut you loose. Stress coupled with grief
Mm-hmm.
increases the risk of immune system suppression.
So what that means is your body is not able to fight off infection like it normally would when you're dealing with stress and grief. So I'm gonna tell it on myself. So, ooh, Jesus, probably within a 2 to 3 year time span, we lost our first child, my mother, and then my grandmother. By the time we made it to my grandmother, I was her primary caregiver. Um, and my grandpa was kind of looking to me to make a lot of decisions because he just trusted my medical knowledge. But for me, it just felt like a lot of stress because they were very influential in my childhood and my upbringing. So I was like, oh my God, I don't want to make this decision. What if I make the wrong decision? Okay, what am I, that's what I was feeling internally. Like it didn't show externally, but that's definitely what I was feeling internally. So we get to the end of her life. I mean, honestly, and she's on hospice at this point, and we're like keeping her comfortable. And my friend has a wedding scheduled the same weekend. I'm supposed to be her maid of honor. So my stress level was like on a 10. Me and John had already bought tickets for this wedding that was in another state,
This is your grandmother
hotel.
on your mother's side.
Right, grandmother on my mother's side. We already bought flights, we already bought hotel, already bought my dress to wear as maid of honor. And then my grandmother on my mom's side, so my maternal grandma, makes this like turn, like for the worst. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to let my friend down. Like, oh my God, this is such a like monumental moment in her life. And I want to be there to support her and show up for her. And she was so loving and kind. Like she really, really helped me. She said, that's your grandma. I would never make you choose me over her, which I was thankful for because I was just so stressed because she had always like just really been there and shown up for me in so many ways that I couldn't even articulate, that I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to miss this moment for her. This is like such a big moment for her. But I also didn't feel comfortable leaving my grandmother like that or leaving my grandpa to try to deal with that because he had his own health issues. And I was under so much stress. Like within 3 days, I ended up with strep throat and I had shingles. Like, y'all, you don't want shingles. But my immune system was so suppressed. I had chickenpox as a child. If you've had chickenpox ever, then you are at a higher risk of getting shingles because the virus is still alive in your body. I had shingles break out down my face. Now, this is how much I used to override what my body was telling me. I don't do this kind of stuff no more. I had strep throat, took off a day, fever left, go to work. Y'all listen to what I'm saying. I was going to my grandmother's house to make sure she had breakfast. My grandpa had breakfast. We had private duty on staff. Would go to work. At lunch, we'll go back to my grandparents' house, make sure they have lunch, make sure they've taken their medicine, go back to work, get off work, go back to my grandparents, make sure that they had dinner, make sure they were good for the evening before I left the private duty there. On top of having a toddler and a baby and a husband. And my body was like, oh, girl, you playing. And you acting like you can take all of this, but I'm about to show you you cannot. So I got strep throat first and was like, okay, let me just like lay down for 24 hours. I'll be good. Taking my medicine, doing the antibiotics, all the things. I go to work after I've been fever free for 24 hours and I'm seeing patients. And where my desk is, it's not like close to any mirrors, any windows, anywhere where I can see my reflection. So I'm working, I'm rooming patients, and patients is kind of like, looking like, you okay? And I'm like, oh, I wasn't feeling good a couple of days ago. I'm just tired. My doctor literally called my husband to come and get me. He said, your face is like breaking out, and I think you need to go to the hospital. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm fine. We're going to go ahead and see these last 3 patients, and I'm just going to go home early. My husband had to pick me up and take me to the ER because the shingles had broken out on my face while I was at work, overriding what my body was saying. And it was like, they had to like do tests on my eyeballs to make sure it didn't get in my eyes so I didn't lose my vision, all kind of crazy stuff. But I say all of that because when you ignore that and you just allow stress to pile up with grief and you're not allowing yourself to be present in what is happening, your body will start speaking loudly to you to let you know, hey, you're not okay. I don't care what you keep trying to tell yourself. You are not okay. And we about to lay you down because if we don't lay you down, we ain't gonna be able to keep enduring this.
That was a lot. Remember that season?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
There are just some people that can manage stress.
I don't even think it's that.
Well, I'm saying and move through it with
Yeah.
the help as a shark.
Yeah.
But then there are people who God just built them as support.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that knowing when to say, being able to acknowledge, I'm not
Mm-hmm. I'm not okay.
I'm not that all in one person.
Right.
Like I need support.
Yeah.
So you being able to sound the alarm, your doctor being able to sound the alarm, like, hey, she needs somebody to come in. So when
John
I
looked at me
hear
so
you,
crazy, like, why you at work?
there are just some people who are made like everybody's not made to be alone, but there are just those of us who don't have an option. Like
Yeah,
you leaving.
there it is.
There are people who I know who just leave their keys, their glasses. They're a wreck without somebody helping them
Yeah.
stay on task.
Yeah.
Did you take your medicine today? Like there are people in the world who
Right.
just need somebody to hold their hand through it.
Yeah.
And being able to articulate that and identify that.
Yeah.
Or the strong person saying, hey, I
Listen.
ain't got it. So
If you used to being strong,
There you go.
because life taught you that you had to be strong, because as a child you learned to read others' emotions before you learned to identify your own. Listen, you don't have to wear that as a badge of honor. You can totally say, you know what, I ain't got it today.
this has been good.
I
I think you said in the last episode, we were sitting over there.
Mhm.
When an individual says, I have a high pain tolerance, that just means that they have, let's say it again. This is your point that we're closing out. Since you chatty Catherine tonight.
Okay, let me say this first of all, so the audience will know.
Catherine.
I normally let him fully articulate his thought because I know he'll lose it if I just say what I'm thinking in
But
real
tonight-
time. But tonight, it just was on me. So I just had to tell y'all because listen, when I say I have been very acquainted with grief,
A woman of sorrow.
whew, listen.
Okay, finish the quote though.
Okay, so let's talk about pain tolerance.
All right.
If you have a high pain tolerance, that's normally an indication that you have learned to override your body's natural functions. Pain is an indication that something is wrong. It's not something that we're supposed to override. It's not something that we're supposed to get used to tolerating. Your body lets you experience and feel pain so that you know that something needs to be addressed and that you need help.
I'm thinking when you say that, this is our last point. I'm thinking if whether or not God gave individual A higher pain tolerance than individual B, or what you're saying is that
Trauma.
individual A built up a resistance.
Exactly. Trauma. Trauma taught me how to deal with pain.
Are you tender-headed?
No, I didn't have that option
Because of the tolerance of
because my mother
somebody pulling your
said,
hair.
"Baby, that hurt. Y'all see all of
What
this
the
hair.
devil meant
Y'all
for
saw
evil."
it straight last week. This week, I said, you know what? I want my curls back. My hair is so thick. My mom said, you can't be walking around with no red, thick hair and talking about it hurt.
You didn't hear our joke.
Oh, what?
Me and Marcus said, what the devil meant for evil. God turned it around.
I will chop you in the throat. And he gonna try to loop you in. That's your joke.
Oh, yeah.
No, but seriously, y'all,
Yes,
if
sir.
you are feeling or experiencing pain, it is an indication that something is off and you should investigate what that is. And it may not be physical, it may be emotional, it may be mental, but you need to investigate it. Don't override it, don't become numb to it, don't act like it's normal. That's the other thing too that I've noticed. People with high pain tolerances, they almost become irritated with people that don't have a high pain tolerance. When really, yeah, people will say, "Oh, you weak. Why you can't take that?" We learn to take that level of pain because of trauma.
Talk tonight. So,
Lord, heal all the high pain tolerance people in Jesus' name.
Marcus, we at 45 minutes. Where we at? This got a time clock. Okay. So let us close with this.
Yes.
We're not going to escape
Yeah.
the happenings of life.
Right.
People are born, people transition.
That's right.
Let grief be an invitation
Mm-hmm.
for you to go in.
Yeah.
Let it, when it comes, it's going to come.
Yeah.
Take the opportunity to investigate. It's like when you have open heart surgery. If there's anything, what the old preacher used to say, if there's anything that's not like you inside of me, take it out. So while you are grieving and you're already open, get you. We both went through a crazy season.
Yeah.
At two separate points in our life.
Absolutely.
Where it was like, I can't deal with this alone. This is outside of someone just being a shoulder for me.
Yeah.
I need a professional.
Professional.
Your money
help.
get funny, you get crazy, and you say, you know what? I need a CPA. I need someone who is a professional in finance. So anyway, let the happenings of life with grief and trauma, let it be an opportunity for you to go in, to investigate and to find out what's going on with me. Why am I responding the way that I am? And in turn, this was not so much of a relationship conversation, but the well-being of that individual affects the relationship.
Absolutely.
Your shingles, the passing of your
Woo.
significant loved ones affected not only you, but the unit.
Absolutely.
Somebody said G unit. So
Oh my God.
take care of yourself. If you
Yes.
know that you need medicine, take your medicine. If you know you fly off at the handle,
Woo, please.
be aware of that
If you
and
need
bring
medicine,
that
take
reality into the conversation. If you know
Absolutely.
that you cannot do it on your own and you just bumping them gums and you talking that talk and you really know that you need that person, their support, their come through,
Yeah.
their strength, you better be.
Don't let your defense mechanism rob you of the support that you truly need.
It's hard out here. This
Hard
let
out
me say
here
this.
for a
we
pimp.
Marcus, we
When
had to
you're
edit
trying
it.
to make that money for the rent. I'm sorry.
To me tonight,
Yeah,
in this economy, I'm serious. It's high blood pressure at
Yeah.
the midnight musical. This is not the time to be riding solo.
Yeah.
If we've ever needed each other before,
It's
whether
right
it's
now.
relationship, romantically, or platonically,
Absolutely.
if we've ever needed one another, we need one another
Right now.
Right now.
Absolutely.
So if you must leave, if you must go, if you must depart, make sure that you have a unit. If you're going to have a child in this economy, make sure you have an ideal situation. Make sure you've got a support group. Make sure that the person that
Absolutely.
you're with has word is bond, that they're not going to leave you out here. Especially ladies, a man will impregnate you and then leave you for your stock to be lowered. I'm just telling you, it's not. SNAP is being cut. Social Security is being cut.
Well,
This is not the time to just be out here freestyling by yourself. Be
Use
kind to everybody.
wisdom.
Be nice. You don't know who you'll need.
be gracious.
You don't know who
Be
might
kind.
be someone that's going to come to your aid, a shoulder, a
My
friend.
mom would say, never burn a bridge because you never know if you got to go back over it.
Now there are some bridges that I have intentionally burned
Let it burn.
on purpose.
Let it burn.
All right.
Let it
So,
burn. let
the
it
shirt.
burn.
So we're doing a flash sale. You'll probably see this after the flash sale is over. But because we love our YouTube family, those of you that have subscribed and liked and shared,
Everybody who's
this is the
asked.
latest shirt. Now let me describe it as Vanna holds it up. Redhead Vanna. This is
That's
a heavy.
right.
This is a heavy cotton, boxy cut, oversized, acid washed T-shirt.
That's right.
Marriages for grown folks. The price is $25. You're supporting the brand to help us take what we're doing to the next level.
That's right.
To take the brand to the next level, to bring you more content. We want to be in person with you. And so there are some fees that are associated with that. And so help us get the word out. I was going to say that too. But help us invest in it.
Yeah.
And you get the shirt is the icing on the cake. But if you appreciate what we do, if this has been helpful, if this has been insightful to you, if this has sparked conversation, if this has sparked thought, any of these episodes,
Absolutely.
I think we're almost 40-ish episodes in. We're in our second season. We've just been doing it. So
Yes.
It's our pleasure. We love it.
Yes.
So we're asking you, if you like the brand, if you love what we're doing, if you rock with us, consider purchasing a shirt.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in the description of this video and we will mail it to you.
Yeah.
And if
absolutely.
you purchase it for you, if you purchase it for a family member, your partner, take a picture with it on and we will post it to our socials. We were in Dallas, Texas a few months ago.
We were
coming out of the lobby and I had one of these shirts on.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, "Who are y'all?" So when I'm in the store, I have to remember that I have it on because people will stare at me and I'm like,
What?
And like,
Like he don't have a message on his chest. I'm like, babe, you got a
man.
shirt on, Breeze.
So the whole point behind marriage is for grown folks is really just to communicate that this is for mature participants
Right.
only.
Yeah.
It's for grown folks. Everybody's grown until
You
it's time to
have to
apologize.
be mature in your emotions if you're going to survive marriage, because marriage is going to try every bone in your body.
And it's cheaper to keep her. Divorces are expensive. So we got to make
I
it
ain't
work.
necessarily
So
going to say that, but
they're expensive. So if you can stay, try to work it out.
if you're able to work it
Be
out,
able to work it out.
try to work it out. But of course, there are situations in which divorce is necessary.
You're going to clean me up tonight.
I have
You gonna
to
clean me
because
up.
I don't want somebody stuck in something and they think they
I know,
got
I'm
to
with
stay. So,
So we appreciate your.
Absolutely.
We've gotten comments and inboxes and from people from all over the
Yeah.
U.S. It's crazy. I think we're
Yeah.
like at 305, 304-ish, 5-ish subscribers. So
Okay.
to every one of you,
thank
we
you.
hope to meet you one day in person. But until then,
Yes.
we want to let you know one thing before we close out every episode. Marriage.
It's for grown folks.
This is grown folks' business, y'all.
Yes, it is.
Kids need not apply.
Okay.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye, y'all.